Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new here. Hello, my name is Roxanne, also known as By Bun. I'm a mixed media artist, illustrator, and maker of things. Today, I'm giving you a flip through tour of my Sketchbook Summer sketchbook. This is very exciting. This is something that's kind of been an exclusive thing that's been living on my shelf for a while. In case you missed it, in 2024, so 2 years ago, I created an online class called Sketchbook Summer. And essentially in that online class, I filmed the process of completing this sketchbook from cover to cover. And each video in the class basically is a different prompt. Every page or spread in this basically has its own sort of video where I've provided sort of like a prompt or inspiration, and then you get to see the process of how I then created that spread from start to finish. There's sort of like little commentary, it's just a jam-packed class. So it was actually one of the biggest online classes that I have ever made. It literally includes 33 different videos with nearly 12 hours of content. That's how big it is. But the reason why I've decided to tour it today is because this class is currently on sale. So I've been running a like spring bunchella sale in my Etsy shop, if you want to call it that, and I have put all of my online classes at 30% off. I've said it before that I really don't do a Black Friday sale anymore. That used to be the only time that I would sort of put online classes on discount, but I'm doing it now and I'm trying to have more periodic sales throughout the year. But this may be, I think, only the second time I've put this class on a discount. Certainly not at this much of a discount. It is 30% off and it will remain on sale until May 15th. Kind of a good time right before summer. You want to get some creative inspo, have access to a lot of videos, an exclusive Discord, and also all the videos in this class are also hosted on YouTube, which is kind of fun. So it's really easy to watch. You can kind of watch the videos anywhere. It's a jam-packed class and it's one of my favorite online classes I've ever made. I'm incredibly proud of it. I really put a lot of heart and soul into this class. It was an insane amount of work. Obviously making 33 videos and just filming this whole sketchbook was a crazy process. And so I've kept the flip through tour of this exclusive to the online class, but I figured now, since it's been a couple years and that the class is on sale, I would go ahead and do a flip through tour of this big, beautiful sketchbook here. So that is why we're here today, to do a flip through of this. This is actually not my usual sketchbook that I get. Bold move, filming a huge class and then deciding to use a different sketchbook from what I normally do. My usual favorite is the Strathmore Mixed Media softcover sketchbooks. This, however, was a Stillman and Byrne Alpha Series sketchbook with the soft cover, and I actually ended up really liking it. So much so that I may or may not have bought a second one for a future class, potentially. I'll just leave it at that. I don't like the color of the cover, but it's fine. It worked out great for all the mixed media stuff with this because you will see it has a pretty wide range of media that is in here. One last thing, I have not flipped through this since I made this class, or maybe since I made the stickers. I made a lot of merch for this class as well. So it's going to be kind of fun going through this and seeing all of the things. I've not flipped through this in a long time. As I mentioned, I completed this in summer of 2024. I literally did this whole sketchbook from start to finish. I want to say over the course of like 3 months, and I was filming it. So I probably realistically could have gotten it done sooner, but because I was filming the whole thing, it took me a little bit longer. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Here's our first little spread in the front. This was sort of a bit of a collage prompt. There are 2 collage prompts. There's one that's sort of in the front, and then you'll see that there is one in the back as well. That's sort of like, oh, maybe not. Did I not do that? Oh no, yeah, it is. Okay, towards the back. That's sort of like a companion to this one in the front. I did end up coming back and adding some stickers that I had made that's from the artwork in this. So you'll see that in just a little bit here. This was a really fun prompt. It was part of like a doodle page thing. It's hard. I don't want to get into too much detail of what all the prompts are because obviously that's in the class as well as the process for these things. But this was a really fun one to do. I know that this was one that participants also really liked doing, and it ends up having a really kind of cool result. So you can see there's kind of 3 different takes of it there, but up close, it's fun to look at and see all the little tiny doodles. Even the inspiration behind this is a lot of fun. So there's kind of like the first few pages there. This was watching a film and taking notes and sketching some things as I was watching, which was really fun. Sandlot, classic summer movie, am I right? We've got Hercules over here. Lots of fun quotes. More Sandlot stuff. I actually love this spread. This is one of my favorite spreads in the sketchbook just because I really liked the baseball. I really loved the big shoe. And I was very loose with this. And I think originally too, I maybe even had the thought of doing some, I don't know, like font inspired sort of stickery things, but I just kind of left it at that. But it's a fun little pop of color from what's going on over here. Again, fun little quotes. I just really love the look of this. It makes me happy even just to see this. Now I want to watch Sandlot. Oh my gosh. This was a whole ice cream truck themed thing here, drawing some ice cream trucks as well as some ice cream. I also kind of go into the process a little bit of like rough sketches to more finalized drawings to then kind of fully illustrating them. And then a lot of these ended up becoming stickers. So I think some of these stickers are even up here on the front, which is fun. Even the little ice cream truck, look at that. This was a fun little exercise in color that we did here. I love pages like this where there's just like color things going on, whether it's just swatches or studies and whatnot. We have another big sort of collage spread. This was, again, a prompt going into the more mixed media side of things, which is fun. And it did well in this sketchbook. So I will say that about the Stillman and Burns sketchbooks. It handled the mixed media stuff really well. And even all the watercolor and stuff. Some pool studies. Not my favorite thing, but that's okay. That's kind of the other thing about the class is that I was very much authentically filling the sketchbook from start to finish. So even though I might come into something with an idea, sometimes I loved what I did, sometimes I didn't, but I was very transparent in that throughout sort of like the videos and the process of things. Loved these. If you've been following me for years, I've always said at some point I was going to have a cowboy era. I don't know if I've fully had a cowboy era yet, but this is a little bit of that here. I love this boot with this cactus here. That's definitely a favorite of mine. I also just love doing pages like this where it's like watercolor, really sketchy colored pencil stuff, scribbles in the background, random things all over. Just a real like brainstorm churning of ideas. Here is a second page with more cowboy stuff. Then we have this little exercise here, which was really fun. I actually really love these little guys. Little baby illustrations there. I kind of like these ones, how they're like a pair. It's kind of fun. Also love all of the original sort of sketches and ideas there. This was a destination sort of thing, looking at images at sort of like summary destinations. And I kind of explain a bit more in the class why I picked Venice Beach. Sort of has a fun little backstory there. So that's what kind of these were. And it was kind of taking a little bit of a different approach. As you can see, it looks a bit different than some of my other normal kind of drawings can be sometimes. But I love this little thing down here. This was like part of a skate park with like graffiti and stuff. And I just thought, I don't think I'd ever painted graffiti before. And I think I really captured the vibe there and I really enjoyed it. Same with just accenting things with this like pink pen. I forgot about this. That's fun. Here is revisiting some previous sketches and sort of bringing them to completion, like filling them in and outlining them. And as you know, a number of these actually became stickers. These two actually both became stickers, which is really fun. I think this guy, did I put him on the cover? He's right here. So there is the sticker of that one. And here's the original of it. Here's the sketches of that. Some cakes. I honestly, I don't remember this. Maybe, oh, I think I was swatching new watercolors. That's what it was. That's what it was. I was like, what? Why the heck was I doing this? Because I'm remembering now, this I turned into a sticker sheet. So it's coming back to me. It's coming back to me because the cakes are up here in the front. These were the stickers that I got made that were on a sticker sheet. So there's all of the different cakes. This was playing with mixing music and illustration together. So Taylor Swift's Tortured Poets Department had just come out. So this was me sort of brainstorming ideas, mashing lyrics and illustrations together. So that's what's going on here. And actually this one ended up becoming a sticker, as you may or may not know. I still love this one with the cow down bad crying at the gym. It's really funny, but Daddy, I love him. Yeah, some of these are really fun. This is an idea I think I'd like to return back to at some point. This was a fun exercise. Really liked doing this. Even just setting up this whole page here was a moment. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is like little tiny neon sort of like details that have been painted in there. I really had a lot of fun with this one. I'm remembering working on this one. And even just the flip side. It's so cool. It's so cool. I need to do more stuff like this. Like, I'm inspiring myself looking at this. This was fun. I was working on trying to plan some ideas for a mural on my garage. This is something I actually still want to do. I don't know if it would be any of these ideas in particular, because now I have sort of other ideas that I would do. I do remember really liking this one though. But yeah, I actually went outside and like took pictures of my garage and tried to sketch like the template of it and then kind of come up with some different designs of what I might be able to do. So that was kind of fun. We got some big mixed media crazy fish here. I put some oil pastel in here, so that's why things are a tad sticky. But they look really cool, so love that. We've got some lifeguard towers, of course, because it is Sketchbook Summer. So it kind of goes without saying this entire sketchbook is like summer themed. That's why some of these things are here. I love this neon like highlighter pencil thing. I'm obsessed with these. It's the Koh Noir dry markers. It's basically like a highlighter in pencil form, but it's so fun for like adding little accents in the backgrounds of things. It just adds a really fun little pop. Gosh, I need to do more of this. I genuinely am like inspiring myself just going through this. Okay, pro tip, flip through your own sketchbooks and revisit some of those ideas because dang, how cool is this? Here are some of those ice cream cones, actually fully illustrated. So some of these turned into little mini stickers. I think these two were mini stickers. And then I made a larger one of this one. And then I, of course, made the little ice cream truck sticker as well. These were really fun. We have some more mixed media stuff. I really like these spreads where I'm blending mixed media and illustration and just like scribbly fun together. I feel like this is very reflective of kind of my current vibe that I'm in with my sketchbooks. Oh gosh, I'm remembering this. This was so time consuming. I think this one took me the longest because I designed these tiles and then I basically created like a pattern, and it was the most time consuming thing getting the pattern figured out and then fully painting it. Oh my God, it was crazy. I remember being like, what have I done? What have I done? Yeah, that was very interesting. This whole process was quite the journey. So proud of this video once it was done though. This was just a study in luggage, sort of like famous luggage, other general luggage, because obviously summertime, you travel a lot in summer. That's why I was exploring this particular topic. I don't particularly remember this. Was this a bucket list thing? Yes. Okay. I had made like a bucket list, or I was inspired by the idea of a summer bucket list because this is something Roman and I do every summer. So I had sort of some of those things and tried to make like little sticker icons for them. So you can see I sketched a whole bunch of them, came up with sort of the final ones, and then actually illustrated them. I do wish that maybe I'd done a little bit more on this side, but I think when the time came for me to actually illustrate these guys, I was so burned out that I was like, it's good. I need to move on. Sometimes if you dwell on one idea for too long, it just kind of drives you crazy. And I think that's what was going on here. But I do like the little things that I made here. And I think the idea again was to make like little stickers of some sort that you could kind of like actually stick onto a list as you did each thing. So that's what was going on here. It was still a fun idea. The tiki room, these are clearly birds inspired by the tiki room. Again, just makes me feel like very summery vibes, even just when I go to Disneyland now. If I'm in Adventureland, it feels like summer to me. It just gives me summer vibes. I love a few of these guys, and I was trying to experiment with different styles, like same subject, different sketch styles. And I really love this. Looking at this now, I want to come in and like add acrylic markers so bad. Like even just some of these like Artex acrylic markers would be so fun to come in and like fill in the background and add more detail and stuff. But I'm gonna resist that urge, but looking at it, that's what I want to do. This was an interesting one. Again, I had fun with the process of this. I don't know if I really like the result per se, but you know, they can't all be winners, but I guess they look kind of cool now that I'm looking at this second page. Maybe I liked this one better than this one. I don't know. I'll have to go back and see my commentary of what I did. This was me trying to design a logo. I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay. I was like, do I want to make stickers of this? But then I also was thinking about, I want to design something that I could then put on the cover here. So that's what you're seeing here is some of the font that I ended up sort of landing on here. I put on the cover. Oh, this blue background is really cool. I did something kind of crazy. I'll just leave it at that. I did something kind of crazy in that video to get this result, and it was really fun to film. But I love this logo here. I wish I had pursued this a little bit more, especially with my acrylic markers. I think this would be really fun to illustrate with those markers, but I really wasn't using, I guess I was, or no, I was using more Poscas, I think, than I was the Artex markers. So I wasn't in my Artex marker era yet. We've got some summery ghosts. These guys are fun. I love the idea of doing like patterns on like the traditional like sheet ghost sort of thing, making it look like it's floral fabric or tie-dye. I think I was trying to do like a tie-dye thing. Again, thinking of summer, you know, going to like summer camp and tie-dyeing t-shirts and whatnot. Here's more of them. Hot Ghoul Summer. I see so much more that I could have really pushed with this, like just even filling in the background. I think a fully illustrated version of this would be fun. A fully illustrated version of this would be a lot of fun. I almost want to revisit these and see how they would look now. I also love these little elements down here with like the skull tiki mug. That's adorable. Even just this ghost, I think would be fun to revisit. I don't know. Let me know if that's something you guys would want to see. I think this could be fun, revisiting this Hot Ghoul Summer idea. We've got a big collage in the back. I remember really enjoying this, and I feel like the spread kind of went on a little bit of a journey. Like I think it went somewhere that I didn't think it was going to. And I did end up liking it in the end just because it's so like bold and big, which is actually kind of how a lot of my more recent sketchbook pages have been. They've been more like this sort of vibe, so it makes sense that I'm kind of a little drawn to it at this current moment. More Sketchbook Summer stuff. I was thinking about logos. I was thinking about, again, font that I would put on the front of the sketchbook. I was trying to play on like that plastic bag design with like the thank you thing. That's what I was trying to do there. Oh, I did revisit the ghost. Oh, I did. Oh, and this logo. Oh my God, I completely forgot I did this. That's really funny. I still think I would do something different, but it is funny to see this like this. I can also see what kind of pen I did for the detailing on this, and I would be using more of a brush pen these days, I think. Wow. Here is that sort of like other collage that's sort of like the pair to the other one. It makes sense when you take the class why there's sort of like one on each end of the book. And then this was the back, just like filler space stuff. Again, this also makes sense if you take the class, kind of what the purpose of this is. And then the back is just random stuff, random little swatches and blobs of things and a Post-it note with a random idea on it. And there you have it. There is my full flip through tour of my Sketchbook Summer sketchbook. I am so proud of this, not only just the work that's in this, but the class that came out of this. Again, filming 33 videos for an online class is pretty bananas, but I was really proud with the final result and obviously have a really cool sketchbook to remember and look back on the whole thing, which is really cool. So I will also say this sketchbook feels really nice in my hands. Kind of a big fan. Maybe I need to get going in another Stillman and Burn. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this in-depth look at my Sketchbook Summer sketchbook. Again, this class is on sale right now, 30% off. I will put a link down below if you want to go grab that out of my Etsy shop. You can also shop all the other stuff that's going on in my Etsy sale currently. Don't forget you can join YouTube memberships here, get access to more videos as well as a shop discount, or over on Patreon for an even higher shop discount on stuff. But yeah, maybe this would be a great time to jump into Sketchbook Summer and start filling up pages with summer on the horizon. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, thank you for supporting me here on YouTube and being subscribed and commenting and liking. I appreciate it so much. If you made it to the end of this video, give me your best hot ghoul summer emoji combo. Maybe like a ghost, some ice cream, some summer vibes. I would love to see those in the comment section down below. Thanks again, guys. I will see you all in the next one. Bye!